To the wonderful ladies and gentlemen in the audience today, thank you for joining us. My name is Ali Slack.
My name is Anjali Sankale.
My name is Sarah Davey.
My name is Jose Caprias.
And today we want to start with our pitch with a little imaginative exercise. So can everybody please close your eyes? Imagine that you've been transported to a quaint yet effervescent town. The sounds of a local jazz quartet fill the streets, and the smell of East Carolinian barbecue fills the air. Crowds wander downtown, admiring vibrant murals that honor Rocky Mount's history, while simultaneously showing its bold future. After thrilling sports matches held at the event center, families celebrate victories over a home-style meal and then grab a delicious scoop of ice cream from a local vendor. Now open your eyes. What you just experienced is our vision for Rocky Mount. In collaboration with a variety of local community members, we dreamt up this project that we've aptly dubbed Visions of Rocky Mount. Through various artistic enterprises and empowering initiatives, we hope that one day you won't have to close your eyes, for the vision of Rocky Mount will simply be its reality.
Throughout the past 2 days, we were granted the opportunity to engage with Rocky Mount through the lens of community members by speaking directly with stakeholders and walking around downtown Rocky Mount ourselves. Dustin Van Fleet, an active community member and founder of Preservation Nation, shared with us his thoughts on the horrific optics problem found in downtown, as he put it. He went on to explain that as a result, people fear the threat of crime or violence as they walk through the area. However, an even greater takeaway from our conversation with Mr. Van Fleet was his comment, Rocky Mount has shown him the most potential he's seen in any town he's ever lived. Mo Deloche, the owner of a business located in downtown Rocky Mount, shared a similar sentiment with us. While speaking to our group, Mr. Deloche offered up several of his desires for the area, such as improved lighting to make people more comfortable in the downtown area, and using murals to improve the look of Rocky Mount overall. From a personal exploration, we observed the behavior of our peers as case studies of the habits of Rocky Mount's visitors, specifically the tendency to capture images of the pre-existing murals and post them to their social medias, as seen in the scholars' Instagram stories here. Not to mention, one can't help but notice the traces of life found in the small art pieces that adorn the windows of the dilapidated buildings and storefronts along downtown. Overall, the truth became abundantly clear. There seemed to be a major thematic focus of art as a means of uniting and revitalizing the community, an observation that formed the foundation of our approach.
Now, to get started with our initiative, our primary route is to be able to get an artist in residency, or an artistic residency program as we called it, to be housed in Rocky Mount. Its goal is to support local artists to deliver impactful art projects that show meaningful engagement with our community members. It enhances the town's visual landscape, and it also makes sure that our community is able to be received and perceived visually appealing. It'll engage with schools, youth, and also community organizations that really focus on youth development as well as other community aspects. And through beautifying our neighborhoods, we're able to really show the economic opportunity that is available here in Rocky Mount.
Okay, so we believe that revitalizing Rocky Mount starts with empowering students and connecting education to our community spaces. So through partnerships, for example, with the Artistic Residency Program, we're going to create opportunities for students to engage in public art programming. Students will work alongside professional artists, gaining real-world experience in creativity, leadership, teamwork, and public engagement. And together, we'll help transform downtown Rocky Mount into a living gallery, one mural, one project, one story at a time. Okay, so as you can see over here, we have vibrant murals in the storefronts of abandoned buildings in downtown Rocky Mount. Our major initiative is the Community Mural Series, where students, families, and artists will collaborate to create visual murals reflecting themes of history, hope, innovation, and community empowerment. These murals will be guided through our artist residency program, and it'll create visual landscapes of Rocky Mount and bring color and vibrancy into the town. And to deepen the experience, we'll also introduce an interactive installation. So we'll have QR codes integrated into the murals where visitors can scan to learn about the artists, the history of the building and what was once inhabited inside the building, the mural story, and some of the history of Rocky Mount. And then another initiative is the Future Fronts initiative, where students and aspiring entrepreneurs will pitch business ideas, and then the selected designs will fill the empty storefronts using local artists to design the storefronts, and that way we can transform vacant downtown spaces into living visions of Rocky Mount's future. And not only will this inspire people to see the future of Rocky Mount, but it'll also inspire people to get more business-minded and see that their dreams can come true. And so doing all of this, we want to build a Rocky Mount that inspires and to invite visitors to experience a vibrant and evolving Rocky Mount.
Our vision isn't to just solely create art on walls. It's about being able to make sure that Rocky Mount is a visually appealing and engaging community for all. So through that, our project is culminating in a final festival, which we will call Visions of Rocky Mount. Rocky Mount Festival will be a reoccurring event every single year or seasonal change, where it will be driven by market vendors, community members who are coming in as pedestrians and ongoers, and as well as other different markets that are available. It will revitalize unused spaces as our major goal, to be able to make driving pedestrian traffic and support local artists and businesses. It'll also be a creative way to drive tourism, stimulate spending, and reinforce our legacy, or Rocky Mount's legacy, about as a destination for investors. It'll engage with youth and local mentorship, investing in the next generation of leaders, as well as leveraging art and skills for skill building and mentorship and communal engagement. We hope that this initiative will be able to stimulate and development as well as into Rocky Mount. It'll embed art as a part of local development and shape the environment to make sure that it drives community and economic prosperity for Rocky Mount.
Thank you, team. I will turn it over to our panelists.
Okay, well, this is my first one, just like it's your first presentation. First one, I loved it. You know, what I liked is that you dealt with perception versus reality and really a repackaging of downtown with a mission, right? So you're not trying to solve everything in the vision, but at the same time, you're at least trying to create an environment that's easier to show and has more user-friendly and appeal. And so, you know, I thought that you understood the stakeholders in the community specific to the downtown issues, you know, at a level of about 5. Bad at schools and ask my children. And I thought the solution was intriguing. I mean, I felt like it's doable. You're using resources that we have in the community. You found funding sources, which is always the issue that I have. You know, how you pay for it. I have many ideas, but it really comes down to execution. But I felt like it was a plan that could be executed with fairly little effort, honestly, just a little bit of coordination. So I thought the compelling communication presentation was at 6. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
When I closed my eyes and after I heard what you all had to say, it reminded me of when I was growing up in Rocky Mount. And I also got the thought that by doing what you're doing from the buildings and all, it's almost like a Hollywood set. I mean, it's projecting what you want to project. And I like the way you all did that. I think the concept of making downtown come alive is one that is really good, and one, quite frankly, I had not thought of. But I'm like the mayor here. I don't give perfect scores, but I come close. I think the way that you all have gone about, I think the way you all have gone about creating this vision for Rocky Mount is doable. And, you know, that's the most important thing. We have people tell us all the time, do this, don't do that, do this. But is it doable? And I want to thank you for making it